Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I came inside my camper because it's a little bit windy outside, so I don't want the wind noise to interfere with what I'm saying. But what I was showing you on my truck is something called a battery isolator. I just installed it earlier today, and what it does is it essentially allows my second auxiliary battery, which supplies all of the power that's going to be going to the camper. It allows the battery to be charged from my truck's alternator, and it essentially is a device that allows the electrical current to flow from the alternator to the starter battery and then relays it to the auxiliary battery so that can charge up, but it prevents any kind of negative effect from the auxiliary battery to be sent back to the starter battery or the truck's electrical system. So basically, if anything bad were to happen to the second battery, it's not gonna fry my truck system. If the second battery dies, the starter battery will still be good. It isolates the second battery from the first battery, hence the name battery isolator. I'm not entirely sure of the technicalities because I just pretty much figured this out earlier today. I thought it would be interesting to show you guys how I have it set up because maybe some of you out there want to do a similar system in your own truck, camper, or van, or whatever that might look like. But I'll show you guys exactly how I have it set up. Okay, so this is the battery isolator that I got. It's by a company called Keyline Chargers. It's an IsoPro 140 smart battery isolator. I got it on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description box if you're interested in checking that out. Basically, the way it works is you find somewhere within your vehicles under the hood to attach the isolator. You just screw it down, so make sure that there's nothing that's gonna get damaged if you screw down into it. So I have mine on the fuse box, but the screws don't go that deep, so it just mounts on there pretty perfectly. You have two positive cables coming out of the isolator. They both basically just get screwed on with a nut onto the inside of the isolator, one of which leads to your starter battery, and it just attaches with a normal battery terminal. And then the other positive wire here, depending on where you're going to store your auxiliary battery, it goes down through your vehicle and either into the inside if you had like a van or an SUV where you wanted your second battery to be inside, or in my case, it goes into the truck bed, and I'll show you exactly how I have that rigged up in just a second here. So the end of the positive wire that comes out on this side, I have it going down through my engine bay, and it comes out right here. And then I just have it run along the frame of my truck, and I zip tied it along certain points on the frame just to hold that wire nice and snug so it stays in place. And then as you can see, it just follows the whole frame of the truck with some zip ties every few feet. And then the wire just comes up and through this little plastic thing. This plastic thing in my truck is removable, so I just took it off and I drilled a couple holes so that way I could run the cables through and it would hold it nice and secure. And then my ground cable, this also comes with the kit. The ground cable, same thing. It goes through the truck bed onto the other side. And then there's a little bolt that comes with it that you just attach the bolt somewhere on the body of your vehicle because it's just a ground, so it doesn't actually have to connect to the battery or anything like that. Dude almost just ran over the GoPro. Wow, it was only $100 for all that, which is honestly not that bad considering not too long ago one piece of plywood was like $100. Not bad. what I'm doing right now is I'm building a platform for the Slumber Queen to sit on top of in the Tundra's truck bed, because the camper was made for a smaller truck, a shallower truck. So the sides of the camper actually would be sitting on the bed rails, and we need them to be lifted up a couple inches. So it's gonna be sitting on top of this platform, and that's really the only way that I could make the camper fit. So fingers crossed, because we're really relying on this to work. I didn't account for the 2x4 studs that were gonna be on either end of the box, which basically extends the entire box by 3 extra inches. So the box is 8'3", and the end pieces don't support the main top piece of plywood. So I'm gonna have to disassemble everything and cut the 2x4s by 3 inches and then reassemble it. But I'm probably not gonna film that, so I'll show you guys when I'm done. While I work on that, let's hear a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. If you're looking to build a website, online store, or an online portfolio, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for you. Personally, I've been using Squarespace for years now to showcase my photography portfolio, and I've been really thrilled with the service that they provide. They've got a large range of fully customizable design templates that actually look great and professional. This allows you to really put your focus on the content of your website and still have a really great aesthetic. One of the best parts of Squarespace is the fact that you can manage your domain name and your website all in the same place. This makes it way simpler than keeping track of multiple accounts on multiple websites, because let's be real now, we all have enough of those already. Another cool feature is how you can connect your social media accounts right to your website. For example, you can have your social media posts automatically post to your website as well, or you can push content from your website directly to your social media. Head on over to squarespace.com/JonathanYench to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So I just realized that I told you guys I'll see you after I'm done with this. So I'm just gonna finish this and see you when I'm done. Come here, Ben. Come here, Ben. Hey, little buddy. Hey, Ben. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Look at that little tail wagging. What are you chewing, silly? Look what she's got there. Don't be chewing that. This isn't your toy. This is a block of wood. Silly. Silly. So this is a sheet of clear acrylic plastic. And what I'm gonna do with this is, like a lot of you guys had mentioned in my last video, there are vents where I put the insulation and I put the new wall, and those vents need to go away so water can't get in and turn the insulation all moldy. And so I'm gonna cut this to size and replace the piece of plastic that has a vent on it with just solid plastic. Hi, Jackie. So when I was pressing down and trying to cut the plastic, a shard of it flew into my eye. Luckily it was like a little mini shard, but oh god, that could have been a lot worse. Always wear eye protection. Getting freaking eaten alive out here, man. Oh. Whew. I'm gonna get high off of this stuff. Jesus. good for now. I think it should work. I'll probably end up using some silicone and seal up the edges just to make it really waterproof. And like I said, I'm gonna paint it so you won't be able to see inside. And it's really, this material is really like brittle and it cracks easily, so I might have to replace it with something a little more heavy duty. This will probably work. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, so while I was out, I also got a new piece of plastic to replace the one that you saw me put on yesterday. That one was kind of cheap and flimsy, and I feel like it would break really easily. This one is actually a material called polycarbonate. The other one I got was acrylic. This one is supposed to be very, very shatter resistant. It says 250 times stronger than glass. And the way I saw it is, I don't want to be driving on a dirt road somewhere and like a rock bounces up and hits the acrylic and breaks it, and then I'm really screwed if I'm in the middle of nowhere. So this one was a little bit more expensive. It was like 30 bucks for this piece, but I also was smart, and rather than trying to cut it myself with a utility knife, they have a machine there and they can make 2 cuts for you for free when you buy something. So I had them cut it perfectly to size, so I don't have to worry about that. It's gonna look a lot nicer. Oh, exciting, very, very exciting. I'm pretty much ready to mount the Slumber Queen. That's gonna go down tomorrow. I gotta get those new tires today. And then tomorrow, I think we're gonna give it a shot. I think we're gonna try to mount the Slumber Queen onto the Tundra. Oh, it's hot. It's damn hot today. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm like sweating bullets right now. I'm also adding the layer of Reflectix insulation like I was talking about yesterday, just to give it some extra insulating capabilities. Bada bing, bada boom. Here is the new and improved polycarbonate cover. It's all installed. Now I am eventually gonna go back and paint it. I'm deciding on exactly what colors I want to do, if I want to just keep it simple and paint it one plain color, or if I want to do like some kind of design. I'm not exactly sure, but for now it's just gonna stay like that until it gets closer to time to actually hit the road. Today's the day, y'all. So if you're wondering why I have these questionable wheels, it's because yesterday I went to get new tires, and the tires I got looked super cool, but they were oversized tires, and unfortunately they didn't fit width-wise. They were actually rubbing on the steering knuckle while I was driving. So in order to make those work, I have to get wheel spacers to set the wheels the offset a little bit higher until my mechanic tire guy is able to get the wheel spacers. Luckily, he had some loaner wheels and tires, so I could still drive my truck around. So that's why I have these. Okay, well, anyways, let's get to mounting the Slumber Queen. See, I really truly don't understand how these could cost $800. $800 for some pieces of metal. I mean, I guess you are paying for the design, but still, $800? Jeez. Actually, there's been a change of plans. So some of the bolts that I have to take off the truck frame are completely seized on there. There's no way I'm gonna muscle them out. So I'm gonna go over to Tessa's house because her stepdad has an impact wrench with a compressor, so that should be able to take the bolt off like nothing. Otherwise, I will be literally trying to remove one bolt, probably for the entirety of this day. So we're gonna head up there. Oh. Is this a new look? Very cute, wow.
Thanks.
So I ended up just using this breaker bar. Lo and behold, the bolt came right off, almost like butter. It was like super easy with the breaker bar. There's one. As you could see, I had to set up the easy up because I was literally baking alive in the sun. I thought that this was gonna take a lot quicker, but we all know anything that has to do with your car takes a lot longer than you could ever expect. So, whew, I'm tired. It's hot. It's like 100 degrees. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm back home now. Got all of them installed. Well, that literally took like the entire day, and I thought it was just gonna be simple bolt on, which it should have been. It really should have been, but a lot of the bolts that are on my Tundra were like rusted and old, and it was a mission just to get the bolts off. And then unfortunately that means that I will not be mounting the Slumber Queen today, but it is ready to go for tomorrow, so that's exciting. I'll get to be able to just wake up and get right to mounting. I can't say it, all right? Whatever, I enunciate. So what? All right, folks, it all boils down to this. Will it work or will it fail? Stay tuned to find out, because I'm sure we're all on the edge of our seats dying to find out. Strap is fine.
That's what I thought. Cut. No.
Talk about a tight squeeze.
Yeah.
All right, it's on the truck, basically. It's always so stressful doing that because there's such a fine margin of, you know, cutting it too close or getting the right angle and whatnot. Especially with the Tundra, since it's bigger than the Tacoma, it was even harder. But I'm gonna tie this down. It looks like the back is sagging a little bit, so that's not a good sign. But I'm gonna tie it down and then take it around the block and see how it drives. Got some pretty disappointing news. The turnbuckle tie downs that I got, actually, there's two pairs. The ones that are supposed to be on the rear fit perfectly, but the ones for the front, for some reason, are much shorter than the ones for the rear. And so, as you can see, the ones on the front are not gonna fit because I need longer ones. What this means is I went through all this effort to mount the Slumber Queen onto the truck so I could take it on a test run and drive it around, and I will not be able to do that until I get actual turnbuckles that fit. I'm really tired, so sorry if my sentences are kind of choppy right now. It's really hot and this is actually a lot of physical labor. But yeah, so all of this was kind of a wasted effort. That kind of sucks, but the Slumber Queen does look good up here on the Tundra. I just gotta order the right stuff. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. It is what it is. I'm not even that upset right now because at this point I'm just so used to like things going wrong with this camper and things never working, like never, I don't think once have things worked out the way they were supposed to the first time. It's always taken at least 2, 3, 4, 10 tries. Truck camper life. Truck camper life is not so glorious after all. am so hungry. It's like past 2 p.m. here and I haven't eaten a thing yet. I've just been working on trying to get all this taken care of. Yeah, so I guess now I'm just waiting on getting the right ones. And I did mention this earlier, but the rear suspension seemed to be sagging a little bit, so I'm probably going to add either some rear airbag suspension or upgraded bump stops or maybe like the torque lift stable loads. I'm not sure exactly. I got to do some research and order the right part, but we are so close. So close. This whole week I thought like, okay, on Friday or Saturday, I'm gonna mount the Slumber Queen, give it a test run, it's gonna be good to go. And I really was counting on that, and that's why the video is called The Slumber Queen Lives, but she does live. She just needs a little bit of, I don't know. It's still gonna be a little while until I get the upgrades. But anyways, thank you guys like always for watching. This is gonna be the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Maybe even consider subscribing, but you definitely don't have to. You guys go out there and go on some adventures of your own. Live life. Beat the status quo. Y'all know the drill. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully, I'll be out on the road by then. Okay. Adios.